This is a really difficult one. And this is a difficult one because you have to recognize the pattern and then put it into some kind of math function, and it's not even an arithmetic sequence. Well, it is. You can pull an arithmetic sequence out of it, but it says, what's the last element in the 20th row? Well, if you look at the last element in the first row, it's 1, then 3, then 6, then 10. And so this grows by 2, and then it grows by 3, and then it grows by 4, and it continues to grow by an increasing amount. So obviously it's not a linear function. Or is it? Well, here's the thing. If we want to put this into some math formula, there's a couple of ways of doing it, and you have to recognize what this pattern is. Yeah, it grows by 2, grows by 3, grows by 4, and this is in row 4, and this is row 3, and this is row 2, and it grew by 2. So it does look like a recursive function, and we could say that a of n equals a of n minus 1 plus, and here we go, so let's look at this one, the third one, a3, equals a2 plus 3, so plus n. So this function actually would describe the value in the last row. The problem, though, is if we say a20, we will realize that is a19 plus 20. And a19, though, is a18 plus 19, which, and a18 is a17 plus 18. And a1, no, yeah, a1 equals a0 plus 1. So what we would end up with, by the way, because that's a 0, right? We would end up with 1 through 20. And you would add up 1 through 20. So in fact, the answer, the last element in row 20, a of 20, would be the 20 plus 19 plus 18 plus 17 all the way down. In other words, it would be the sum of 1 to 20. It's very hard to come up with that. I wouldn't expect that of anybody, but I'm sure that evil math teachers might. And if you could figure out this is let's see, the one, the last element. Oh, I'm sorry. The last element. Yeah, the last element would be the sum of this. Tn. And unfortunately, we can't use this formula. We can't use this formula because it's not an arithmetic function. So we're using what we know of summations to take a piece of this recursive function and add it all up. We're simply using this technique to add up the numbers 1 through 20. And when we add up the numbers 1 through 20, we have to use this formula. And that formula, there are going to be 20 numbers, so 20 over 2 times the first number, which is 1, and the last number, which is 20. So that's equals 10 times 21, which equals 210. But this is one that you have to really get your head around to understand why you're adding up the numbers 1 through 20. This is the actual function that describes the last value in the row. But this is not a function that we can solve using anything in our toolkit. Okay? And you don't want to go through and add all these things up and figure them all out one at a time. You will, the A19 incorporates the 19 plus this, which incorporates the 18 plus this all the way down. And that's why the addition is simply the series 1 through 20. I'm sorry you had to put up with that.